We have been learning about the human body for the past week. Now we get to take a look inside the human body at the circulatory system. Our objective for today is students will learn about the main parts of the circulatory system by an engaging PowerPoint presentation, watching a Bill Nye video, and discussing known facts as a class. The circulatory system is a unique and complex system that keeps us alive and functioning. What do we think we know about the circulatory system? Using our prior knowledge and an open mind, let's take a look at the components of the circulatory system, how it works, and how to keep it healthy. Did you know? The blue whale has the largest heart, weighing over 1,500 pounds. That's pretty cool, huh? Your heart beats about 100,000 times a day. Can you imagine? Can you hear every little flutter of your heart or feel it? Your heart is about the size of your two fists put together. Let's try it. Everyone make two fists with your hands. With your thumbs facing towards you and your thumbs up to the ceiling, put your fists together. Your fingernails should be facing down. You have now created your heart size model. Very good, class. Let's move on. What does your heart pump to your body? Blood, that's right. So what's blood? Red blood cells, RBCs, carry oxygen. White blood cells, WBCs, fight infection. Platelets form clots for healing wounds. When you get a cut in your skin, it usually starts to bleed. Some of you probably cover the cut with a tissue to stop the blood. When the blood stops, that's when you know your platelets are hard at work, forming a scab. Plasma carries nutrients such as oxygen, carbon dioxide, potassium, salt, and all other important elements. They also carry hormones, proteins, and waste products. Waste products such as urea, we will learn more about when we study the urinary system. So now we better understand what the heart is pumping. So let's take a look at the human heart. It pumps about 6 quarts of blood through the body. Take a look at that picture down there. We see that there are 6 quarts of spaghetti sauce. That's how much blood is circling around our body. Isn't that cool? The human heart uses the circulatory system to transport the blood through the body. It has 4 chambers. We will be learning their names and their functions pretty soon. It also holds oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood contains oxygen. Deoxygenated blood does not contain oxygen. Take a look at this heart diagram. Don't be overwhelmed. Let's start with learning the parts that are circled. Notice, looking at the heart, we notice that the right side is on the left side and the left side is on the right side. We have to remember that the heart is always labeled as if we are looking down into our body. So we have the right atrium, the right ventricle, the left atrium, and the left ventricle. There are also some key parts as well: the superior vena cava, the inferior vena cava, the aorta, the pulmonary artery, the pulmonary vein, and lots of different valves. We're going to look at a diagram next that kind of helps us figure that out. Let's study the flow of oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood with a simple diagram. Starting on the left, we see that deoxygenated blood travels from the body to the heart, entering the right atrium. From the right atrium, it travels into the right ventricle, then out to the lungs to pick up oxygen. The oxygenated blood travels back to the heart, entering the left atrium, and then travels to the left ventricle. The heart then pumps the oxygen-rich blood to the body, and the cycle starts again. The blue color is representing deoxygenated blood. The red color is representing oxygenated blood. That will be important for our next diagram. Let's look at the circulation now just in the heart. Deoxygenated blood comes in from the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava and is brought into the right atrium. Between the right atrium and right ventricle is the tricuspid valve that allows blood to flow into the right ventricle but does not allow it to go back into the right atrium. The right ventricle pumps the blood through the pulmonary valve and artery to the lungs. In the lungs, it picks up oxygen and travels back to the left atrium in the pulmonary veins. The mitral valve between the left atrium and left ventricle allows blood to travel into the left ventricle but not back into the left atrium. The left ventricle, the strongest ventricle, pumps oxygenated blood to the body through the aorta. The left ventricle walls are extremely muscular and powerful as the blood needs to travel far distances. Arteries. Arteries carry oxygenated blood away from the heart. They have thick, elastic muscular layers, and they handle a lot of high pressure of blood volume. Veins carry deoxygenated blood to the heart. They have thin, elastic muscular layers and are collapsible. They have semilunar valves, which are also called one-way valves. And as you can see in the diagram to the right, you see the valve open at the top and you see the valve closed at the bottom. This is showing the direction of blood flow, and these valves do not let the blood go back down the vein. Pretty cool, huh? Capillaries. Capillaries are the smallest blood vessels in the body. Capillaries are where the transfer of nutrients, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and waste takes place. And as you can see, the vein on the right is taking away our carbon dioxide-rich blood, and the artery is feeding the capillary network with oxygen-rich blood. Here's the circulation process in your body's cells. On the left, we have the artery going through the capillaries and then to the veins. In the body, oxygenated blood is carried to the muscle or organ through an artery. It drops off oxygen and nutrients and picks up carbon dioxide and waste. The capillaries achieve this process through diffusion across the membrane. We've learned a lot about the components of the circulatory system, but let's talk about the importance of the circulatory system. It keeps your body temperature stable. Our body temperature is usually around 98.2 to 98.6. Some people vary though. It feeds your muscles and organs with energy, nutrients. When we use our muscles, we are using up oxygen in our muscles. It also takes away things not needed or harmful, such as CO2, carbon dioxide. Taking care of your circulatory system is extremely important. We all know this, right? Do physical activity. Be active. Go play outside. I love when you guys get to go out for recess. Don't smoke. Eat healthy. 5 to 10 servings of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, low-fat dairy, and protein. Get that all in your system. Everyone has been so attentive and engaging, so let's talk about what we learned and watch our Bill Nye Science video.